What's up guys, welcome back to another video. It has been a minute, but we got heaps to catch up on. We made progress on the LS1, even some progress on Betty the Chevy, and we're even making progress on the Sim. Finally get my ass in gear and getting this thing fixed up. But the first thing I want to show you guys is the progress on the LS1. So I've been smashing out heaps of the wiring, and I am more than happy to admit I suck at wiring. It took me so long to do like the most basic of chassis looms, just literally like lights, fans, kill switches for the outside and stuff like that. Like it took me so long, just painstaking, because I'm nowhere near proficient with wiring. But I am pretty happy with how it came out, considering I just used wiring and stuff that I bought from J-Car for cheap. So we'll jump in there and I'll show you. Okay guys, so this is the progress on the wiring. So I ended up making this little bracket up to hold my chassis relays. So that's all the motor stuff. The two coils, the fuel and the ECU, and then this is my 5-pin relay for the kill switches, headlights, brake lights, headlights, taillights, brake lights, wipers and fan. Because I've decided to finally actually put wipers in. Since I pulled the car off the road, I haven't had wipers or anything. So that'll be good if it ever rains. But under here is where I ended up tidying it up heaps. I'll try and find an old photo of what it was like under here behind these switches. It was like horrible, like I mean horrible. So I ended up trying to keep everything just like sort of in one loom, and it goes up and around and then joins into the motor loom, and anything that goes forward pokes through with that. Everything's still off the key, so it's still key to start, key on for ignition. So I've just got the fan off these switches at the moment, and the headlights are off. Headlights and wipers are off switches on the other side. And then I've got my power feed just coming whoop, and then this kills everything in the car. And then that goes through and actually runs through in one of the old handbrake cable tubes, and then it pokes through, and then my battery's going to be in the back there, which is the battery box is there. So still a bit more wiring to do back here, and just the brake lights and tail lights to hook up. It's just up to these here, so you just need to terminate those. This little thin earth wire, that is actually for my kill switch. So I'm going to have a kill switch back here with a Anderson plug for jump starting. And then here we've got this here will be, one's my headlights and one's my wipers, just utilizing the factory switches there. And I also, that's right, I actually forget how far I got since the last video. Pedal box and everything is back in. And same with the handbrake and all the internal lines. Given the pedal box a bit of a fix up, I do want to replace that because it is just a shitty Chinese one. But everything else is looking pretty good. I did have to trim this some more just to get it to sit nicely. By the time I had it bolted up and everything sitting in there, I hadn't quite trimmed it far enough. And I've managed to talk myself out of repainting the engine bay. It is a bit yuck and scratched up and everything from fitting the LS in it, because they painted it before when it had the rotary in it. But I just can't be bothered, like it just keeps going backwards and backwards otherwise. I just want to, I'll give it a clean up, give it a water blast and a tidy up. But other than that, I just want to get it going. And as for the motor, so the motor's still sitting here. I'm pretty much ready to put the heads together. I actually started sifting through bits last night. I got the valves and trunnions and everything. I'm just going to go through and clean all these, make sure they're all definitely clean, and then I can start assembling the heads. And then I'm still waiting for the rest of the rotating assembly from Regal. So they've machined all the crank and everything, just waiting for it all to get balanced. It might actually be done. I need to ring them and just see how they're getting along. It's been there for a while. It's not holding me up, so there's no point in rushing them with it. I did also make a start on mounting these seats up, so I've got the brackets sitting on there. It's just sitting on some bits of timber at the moment in the right position. And I've got some 40x40 box section steel there. I'm just going to make my little spacer brackets just to get it up off the floor a bit more. And Betty is actually half pi semi-reliable now. So we've taken it for a few drives since doing that head, but there's a couple of times it randomly threw, I can't remember the exact code number now, but it was a cam angle sensor signal code, and then it would come and then it'd go and it'd misfire for a while. So that's one thing I will need to check. I put a cam angle sensor in it not long ago, so whether it's just a shitty Chinese one or whatever, I'm pretty sure it was AC Delco, but I'll still check anyway. We took it to Pyro Fireworks the other day. I actually took it for a drive this morning to Mitre 10 to go and get some materials for a couple of Renaults, but stoked to have this thing actually running and driving. Just need to sort out the last few things now. Now what was the other thing I was going to show you? Oh, the sim. That's right, because some of you guys might have noticed that I started doing a bit of sim content, wanted to get some drift practice on a set of courses around there. And then it was actually, I think it was in that second lockdown or whatever, or just after that, I set all this up. I got the seat and the handbrake and everything, got it all set up. But then my laptop, for some reason, decided to just delete a set of content manager and like pretty much all my settings and just put it all back to standard. So then I've pretty much just packed the shit and haven't used it in like, I don't know, 7-8 months. So I decided to stop being a child about it, and I have ordered a new, I can't even remember what brand it is now, from Mighty Ape. Just a new gaming PC, decent RAM and a decent NVIDIA graphics card and everything, and I'm just going to set it up and leave it in here instead of trying to use my laptop. So that should actually be here on Monday. It's Saturday now. So we'll hopefully jump back into some of that content and actually get some practice ready for when the E30 is going, and this time reliable. So that's just a quick little update I want to give you guys on that. And I've actually been watching heaps of sim racing and stuff, and I'm like, man, I need to get my ass in gear and get back into it. So that's pretty much caught up on where I'm up to at the moment, but I figured I'm going to get all my bits of box sections cut for the seat mounts, and I'll start drilling my holes and everything, and then I'll sort of show you guys roughly what I'm thinking of doing for bolting those down, and it'll be nice and simple and strong. So may as well cut forward into some time lapses and we'll actually get some work done on this thing. Okay guys, it's the next day now. We ended up shooting off for dinner in the afternoon and that, but I'll show you progress on the seat mounts. So I've just got some M10 cap screws tacked in the back inside the box section. Just using cap screws so that they're 12.9 grade, not just 8.8 grade, just way higher tensile. So, and these ones here, I thought I had enough cap screws, but I don't. So I'm just gonna have to get some more cap screws because I need some for that side as well. But that's pretty much how they're gonna look. That obviously still needs welding off and grinding, but nice and relatively compact and puts the seat pretty much right where I want it. So I'll chuck the seat in and show you guys how it's gonna sit. So that's pretty much my seating position there. Feels pretty good, got the handbrake there. Not like, can't do the Japanese style where it's that's on the pedal there. I do want to put a little, just a little, I've got an alloy footrest for by the gas pedal. One day. So I'm pretty happy with how it's all sitting. I pretty much just need to copy paste onto that side. I'll probably try and put that seat just as far back and as low as it can go pretty much. Yeah, so at least we're making progress. Probably gonna leave it here for this video guys. Cheers for checking it out, and we'll catch you in the next one.